I'm a mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Welcome to the Relationship Perspective. I am IICE.
I am Genetta Renee.
And we're back once again talking about a situation. We're conversing about children, multiple children. How does that work? How do you think it would work in opinions? Okay, so for you, if a guy has, let's say, 5+ children, active father, he's in their lives, he's doing what he's supposed to as a dad. What is your take? Do you think it's easy for him to find a woman to be in a relationship with, or do you think it's harder for him to find?
I think it depends on the person, the two individuals. I think it's possible. It's all about if he's come to a place where he understands that balance is required. That's going to be really important, because while I will understand children, because I have a child, I understand that you have to be present depending on their age. You have to spend more time with some than the others. If you want to be in a relationship and you want to build that relationship into a marriage, which should be the goal, at least in my opinion for me, then you have to have that balance, because you don't want that partner to feel like they're not getting their time. And it's not because she doesn't want him to be present in his kid's life, but also you're building a foundation for the relationship so that you guys are on the same page, so that you both can be a benefit to the children. So I guess it depends on the adults involved. Does that guy have children by multiple women? How many parents or co-parents are we dealing with in this situation? Because again, balance is really key.
Is that something that you think will stray away? Because say he has three or four different baby mothers.
Again, I believe it depends on the mentality of those women. If you have one of the women who doesn't like him being with someone else, or always going to cause a conflict, or making it difficult for him to see his child, that's going to trickle down into the relationship. And so it's all about communication, that understanding. But if I feel like he has his house in order, meaning with the relationships with them, there's an understanding, and with the children, I think it's possible.
I think it's possible. Okay. So
On the flip
side of it, right? Of course, my wife had 2 children before we got married. So, and also I think it depends on how you were raised, right?
That's big too.
Being raised, I have 5 sisters.
Okay.
So having multiple women around me is different. So I was raised, you get the whole package. What that person comes with, you have to treat it as such. I have 2 children myself, so it's like I want a woman that can understand, like, these are my children, but also understand, like, when it's time for them, it's time for them. When it's time for her, it's time for her. So dating, I think, during the time where I was dating, it was I talked to multiple women with more than 2 children. I talked to women with none. I talked to, those that just may not able to have children.
So question, when you said when it's time for them, it's time for them, how do you balance that? Do you go completely ghost with the woman when you're spending time with your kids? Or
No.
I think, because that's a hiccup too that I run into. It's like, I don't see my kids every day, so you may not hear from me from 3 days, or you're kind of just going to be on the back burner. While I understand, it's still, again, if you guys are building a foundation and it's not just dating and it's going to be forever boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like there has to be, again, it's the communication piece of it and how you handle it.
I mean, you can't go. I mean, of course, you can't go ghost. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Let me say it. In my opinion, I can't go ghost, because I have to be a figure, because I have a daughter. So I have to be there. I have a son. I have to be there. So I can't go ghost from when my wife and I was dating, I did not go ghost, because I had my kids mostly anytime I was off work, I had my kids. So if a man goes ghost, I don't think he would be really interested in the woman that he's talking to, because if he was interested in her, he will try to find a way, and again, build into that next level. He will find a way to say, hey, I'm with my kids, maybe you can come, and some things like that. So it of course it depends again on how you raise, depending on the perspective, depending on the adults again. So and that's it, and that's our relationship perspective. Till next time.